August 24 is fast approaching. Classes will be reopened once again, but this time it will be through online classes.
Pandemic has shifted the delivery of instruction from traditional face-to-face to online and distance learning. Ramon Torres National High School, being the biggest secondary school in the division of Baguio City, has prepared for this new platform of education. A virtual meeting was steered by Dr. Junaida Vigasendo, Principal 3, to the selected demonstrators, namely Mr. Sherwin June Ramirez, Ms. Wendy Tingson, Mr. Herbert Banyes, and Mrs. Mary Jane Mendez for the Synchronous classes via Google. On the other hand, Mrs. Adalia Juquino, Mr. Melchor Fernandez, Ms. Rona May Kwambot, and Ms. Marivic Villanueva for the asynchronous classes using the Hubhuman portal. Was also conducted on how to use the said portals. Internet connectivity was also secured through the utilization of Wi-Fi for All program of the Department of Information and Communication Technology, which was launched just recently, July 28, 2020.
Greetings to everyone. My perspective towards this new normal after cooperating several demonstrations and preparations, generally I could say that online learning is indeed a great way to continue obtaining new knowledges and ensuring continuity and education in these long challenging times we're facing nowadays. An overwhelming gratitude for the dedication and hard work our dear educators.
So, in all honesty, learning through online class is very far from the traditional one, obviously, and it is such a blessing that even though in the midst of this uncertainty that we're facing right now, teachers and DepEd personnel have found an alternative way for us to learn while staying at home and without risking our lives. So when it comes to the discussion itself, it was an A-okay. The only problem that I encountered was the slow internet connection, and it's really hard to cope up with a lesson when you lost your connection. Just like when you're only using mobile data. Well, that's not my case, but I have friends who's facing that kind of problem. and also when the teachers goes too fast in changing the slides. So I hope that there will be solutions to this problem so that everyone can learn and there will be no one left behind. But overall, based on the demo conducted yesterday, I think that the Department of Education is now ready and prepared to conduct an online class. So thank you, and to God be the glory.
August 24 is fast approaching. Classes will be reopened once again, but this time it will be through online classes. It will be a great advantage for us students and also for you teachers that amidst this COVID-19 pandemic, there will be no face-to-face and health risks are minimized. It is also very accessible for us students who have internet connection and cell phones in their homes, since with one click on the internet, we could join the room on Google Meet made by you teachers to start an online class. And for me, it is more affordable than having to pay fares every day on buses, jeeps, or tricycles. And also the cons of the online classes for me is first is the lack of interaction. The lack of interaction between the student and the teacher may result to an incomplete understanding towards the lesson. And also, not all students have cell phones. Having no cell phone is a burden for students who cannot afford one, since online class recommends or it is necessary for students to have a cell phone at least to join an online class, and also with the internet connection. So this can be considered as a burden also for our parents, since they will have to be thrifty in order for us to buy some cell phones or to have an internet connection. And last but not the least is the internet connection may vary. On the point of view of the student, if the internet connection is poor and the presentation of the teacher becomes lag, it will be not helpful for the student, since his or her understanding may be affected and he or she could not catch up to the lessons of the teacher.
I would like to thank and congratulate the Department of Education, the Division of Bago City, and the Ramon Torres National High School for the effective conduct of the online teaching. I am very happy and positive that through this online learning, my child can effectively learn and that education will not be stopped. As a parent, I am positive and thankful that all the teachers and the Department of Education did not surrender in spite that we are now in this extraordinary time, and amidst of this uncertainty, the Department of Education was able to come up with a strategy that children can still effectively learn. As a whole, I can say that the online teaching program is effective, for it enables education to take place, and that it enables to utilize the recent technologies. And for me, it is necessary because it brings hope to every child and to every parent, and I believe the whole nation. Thank you.
The August 24 opening of classes is fast approaching. DepEd assures us, the public, that it is ready. Whatever modalities of instruction need to be adapted by our schools, depending on their availability of facilities and resources. Since there is no vaccine yet for this COVID-19 virus, our President of the Philippines is very firm not to allow the conduct of the traditional face-to-face modality of instruction in our schools. So, in order to make our students safe at home while learning continues, online modality of instruction is adopted by schools in the division of Bago City, particularly the Ramon Torres National High School, whose teachers and students are lucky enough to have the facilities, the gadgets, and the internet connections. Thus, virtual instruction and learning keeps our school children safe from virus. And lastly, as a parent, I'm confident enough that both the education and health of my children are secured during this new normal situation through online classes. Sulong, Edukalidad.
Ramon Torres National High School is online ready.